How to start calisthenics over 50, coming up. What is going on, my friends? Welcome to today's video. My name is Jake of jakegayfitness.co.uk, and if you're new to weight training, as well as this being your first time here on this channel, then make sure you subscribe to the channel now and turn on post notifications, because if you're looking to build a body you can be proud of, then my videos will show you exactly how you can achieve that specifically. And of course, I did not forget, for my crew members, my loyal crew members aboard the Gains Trade Express, welcome back to the channel once again. I appreciate you all significantly. Right, so before I get into the good stuff, I just want to mention that this video of how to start calisthenics over 50, it kind of feeds through over to one of my recent videos, other videos on this channel, which is how to start calisthenics over 40, right? And with that video, that covers more of like the training and specifics, right, for starting calisthenics in your 40s to 50s, whereas now this covers more of the things that is not something you typically hear, but it's what you actually need to hear so you can focus on what truly matters. Does that make sense? And so what we're going to do here is that we're going to go over the 3 main points when starting calisthenics over 50, and ultimately your health and fitness journey, if you see what I mean. So with that, with point number 1, that you have to understand, my friend, is that you have to take care of yourself first. Do you see what I mean? Because as an example, I had one of my recent group coaching calls, my clients, is that we went through this kind of lesson of this concept of taking care of yourself first. Because one question one of my clients had is that they had this thing for like the last few weeks, that they found that they hadn't had as much time to, train, work out, or eat the foods that they felt that best served their goals, so the good, nutritious whole foods, right? And that was simply because what they were doing, it wasn't tied to what they actually need to focus on. Do you see what I mean? And I'm not sure if you have heard of like this 4-way table of like focusing on what's important versus what's urgent. And so one side of the table, it's what's important and what's urgent. Another side is what's important but not urgent. One side is urgent but not important, and then one side is not urgent or important. Do you see what I mean? So if we take this client as an example, I asked him, how have you been spending your time? If we'd established that, he actually found that he wasn't actually dedicating as much time to his health and fitness, which is ultimately, important and urgent, right? But instead he was, spending a lot of time, after work and such, of watching videos, watching Netflix, and then doing what was important after that. Do you see what I mean? And so that's kind of the thing of, if you're watching this video over 50, I'm sure I can understand, of course, you've got priorities, you've got work, you've got family, you may have kids, you may have significant others, spouses, all that good stuff. And so ultimately what you have to understand is that for you to take care and maximize all areas of your life, it comes down by taking care of yourself first. Do you see what I mean? Tied to this of important versus urgent, I'm not sure if you've been shown this diagram or this chart of basically the rock theory, where there's a jar and the jar kind of represents your time. And so if you were to take 2 jars as an example, one where like the big rocks have been put in the jar first, and then after that it's like the small rocks and the sand, right? And then another one, the small rocks and the sand have been put in first. And so with that though, is that the big rocks haven't actually been able to fit in the jar. And so when we look at that, we can look at that of how you can manage your time when you're over 50, you've got a lot of work, you've got a lot of responsibilities. Is that if you want to take care of yourself and take full ownership of your health and fitness, you got to focus on the big rocks first, right? And that can be simply as one of my clients, John, who he works, beyond a traditional 9 to 5, and he doesn't have much time to work out once he actually gets home from work. So he works out first thing 5 a.m, right? He does the big rocks, he does the most important tasks first, and the likes of like his favorite series on Netflix and such, that only comes, right? That only comes once he's done the important things. Do you see what I mean? Because if you do the less so important things first, as a primary example of watching TV before working out or eating the foods that best serves your goals, then you're going to find that you're not actually going to have the time to take care of yourself. Do you see where I'm coming from? And so with this, when we look more on the training side of things, when it comes to starting calisthenics over 50, is that you've got to start at the point that best serves you. So, I have a lot of people who reach out to me, over 50, and like, Jake, I'd love to start calisthenics, but I can't do what you're doing, right? I see you, like, you inspire me a lot with the exercises that you're doing, but I just can't do them. I'm like, okay, well, how long have you been working out? And they may say, well, I haven't really worked out that much. I've been on and off throughout the years, but consistently I've never really worked out to a, you know, structured plan ever. But, you know, for me, if you look at me, it's like they're comparing their chapter 1 to like my chapter 100, because obviously for me, I was not born with the ability to do the type of stuff I'm doing right now, if that makes sense. I have been doing calisthenics for almost 2 years, and I weight trained consistently 2 years before that. So you think that's almost 4 years of experience. And so instead of trying to start at where I'm at, right, you've got to think of starting where you're at right now, which is also where I had to start at. Do you see what I mean? So for example, if we're looking at starting calisthenics and push-ups are too challenging for you, it's not a case of, oh, okay, I can't do push-ups, so I can't do calisthenics. No, you gotta scale it back, right? By doing incline push-ups, maybe even wall push-ups. And then from that point, you then build your base from there. If we look again at weightlifting, right? You don't start by trying to press the heaviest dumbbells in the weights room. No, you don't. You start with the lighter side that is, you know, challenging but manageable for you, and then you actually build from there, right? Do you see what I mean? That's kind of the same with any bodyweight exercise. To really establish that, you know, regardless of your age, shape or size, there is a starting point for all of us, because we can simply manipulate the certain exercise we do so it best suits our goals and needs. Do you see what I mean? And so that kind of goes through to my last point, which is undoubtedly the most important, is what I really want you to understand, my friend, is that if you're watching this video over 50, or you feel you've got to a point in your age where you feel that, you know, it's almost like you've ran out of time to, you know, actually build a body you're proud of, I really want to emphasize to you that that's not the case, because regardless of your age, your body needs you, my friend. Because here's the thing, my friend, your most precious possession on this planet is your physical body, right? Your body is dependent on the state and condition of your physical body. Your mind, how you think, your love, right? Not just for yourself, but your family, your friends, your significant others, your spouses, your passions, the amount of love that you can give to everyone else and everything else in your life is dependent on your physical body as a whole. Your body is ultimately your vehicle to achieving what you want most in life. When you are healthier and fitter, you'll be happier, more fulfilled, to then get the most out of your life. And I'm not sure about you, my friend, but for me, my fulfillment in life is directly correlated to, you know, how happy I am with what I see in the mirror, right? I would not have the drive, right, to be able to make these videos for you consistently and have this drive to improve the quality of other people's lives and help them build a body they're proud of, right, if it wasn't for me showing up for myself. Because I can tell you for a fact that the moment I slip up, the moment I let my health go, the moment I let my fitness go, it really impacts, you know, how I show up for myself, how I show up for my family, how I show up for business, how I show up for work, everything, right? So my biggest takeaway for you, my friend, is that if you want to get the most out of your life, regardless of your age, and you want to build a body you're proud of, you've got to take care of yourself first and understand that building a body you're proud of goes way beyond just the physical benefits, right? It's your entire life that transforms, right? Do you see what I mean? Because after the months and years of trial and error that I had to face through myself, I believe no one on this planet deserves to ever grow old without ever experiencing the true pride that comes by looking at yourself in the mirror, being proud of what you see, right? Wow. Whew, we got pretty deep in this video, and because I care, right? I want the best for you, my friend, and you know, that's ultimately what drives me, again, to live in my best life by serving others to live in their best lives as well, right? So, you know, if you enjoyed this video, you like my content, you enjoy watching every single minute, every single second of this video, then make sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below not only what you found most helpful in this video, but what resonated with you most. I'd love to know and interact with you on that note. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, my friend. As a crew member of the Gain Strength Express, keep moving forward.